Welcome back, hockey fans. I'm Justin.
I'm Chris.
And we are C&J Hawks Talk again. Mike and Mike in the morning, only better.
All right, this week we're looking at the Jets and Bruins game from last week. And not a great pair of games.
Bad games. Played one bad team, got a win. Played one really good team and kind of got a point out of it, which I don't think we deserved.
No, Boston was dominating us that game, but
yes.
Look at the Jets first. Burnett with a power play goal in the first period, so that was good. Kaner with a amazingly weird contorted slap shot that threw him through the ice.
We've all heard of face palm or face test. Well, this was an ice face, just.
And then Hossa with a goal later on with a good slap shot, and then Bolin with a garbage goal towards the end.
Yeah, doesn't matter because he's a leading point scorer, and I want him to keep scoring, even though he's a defensive center.
But the game was all about bad defense for the Hawks and then horrible special teams.
Worse than horrible special teams, this was Special Olympic special teams. We cannot pass. Our blue line to blue line is horrible. We don't look where we pass. We kind of just fling it over there and, hey, look, here's the guy there. Or, hey, look, there's the opponent, and it
going the other way.
We got to stop this. Look where you're going to pass. Have a plan of attack. I'm sure Q coaches you guys on this. You can do it. I have faith.
All right, and go along with the bad defense. 2 tip-ins in the first 7 minutes of the game for Winnipeg.
One of which I blame Emery for. One of which definitely not all defense.
Even on both of them, though, the defense let the guy get in front of Emery without a body on him.
And speaking of Emery, real quickly, he had a shaky preseason. We all saw that. We're happy that he's here. I'm happy he's here. He's a veteran backup. He did not look particularly comfortable in front of the home crowd. You know, he was a little jittery.
At the start, I think towards the end he settled down a little bit, but yeah, it'll take him a game or two more, I think.
Yeah, and then we saw the same stuff against Boston. Actually, the odd thing is we dominated Boston in the first period. Absolutely dominated them. Part of that's Jamal Mayer's fight against Campbell. Part of that's that amazing Bickle goal.
Great breakaway that.
Right through the 5. That's what they need to play like for 60 minutes, not for 20. And we only got 20 minutes.
Yeah, the shorthanded goal in the second period by Boston really just let the air out of the UC, and you just heard it go psss, as all of the good energy just let out of the building.
Yeah,
and even Kane's goal a minute and a half later damage was done.
Didn't bring it back. Boston started passing. Boston started getting power plays.
They just started skating, hitting. It became Boston's game.
Yeah,
might have well been playing this back in Boston.
Yeah, at the Garden. Playing on that second line for a injured Hossa, lower body.
Might have just been a day of rest, but
Stolberg looked horrible. He
was not in sync at all with Kane and Carcillo.
No. And, Carcillo, he barked a lot in that game, but he didn't bite. Mayers was the one that bit. I expect a little bit more if you're going to be an enforcer on this team. We know you got penalty minutes. We know you're trying to cool down your attitude. There's a time and a place, and it was third period, man. You got to step up. And Stolberg joins my cut list. He's there with Frolik and Olish. You were useless. Pick it up.
Yeah, the Hawks were lucky to get a point out of that game with Sagans getting a winner in shootout.
Yeah, and that Fury, this team didn't even deserve overtime.
Yeah, they did not deserve a point.
That last minute in the third
Crawford
period,
stood on his head.
He stood on his head.
Get him to overtime,
yeah.
And
then we went to overtime, and more of the same.
Boston was still skating faster, harder, hitting harder, shooting better.
Blue line to blue line passing, still not doing it, guys. You're not looking where you're passing. You're just flinging it to a spot and hoping that somebody's there. You cannot do that. I cannot reiterate that enough.
Yeah. All right, I guess now looking ahead to this next week, we have the Phoenix Coyotes on Tuesday and then a home-and-home with the Avs later in the week. And the Phoenix game?
What to expect?
Who knows?
I can name, I think, 2 players.
Yeah, they have Shane Doan, I remember that's still there, who has been there forever.
Yeah, and
then Kyle Turris.
Kyle Turris, who got sent down to the minors last year, I think.
Yeah, he was a first-round pick. That's the only reason I know him. So it's crapshoot if they're good or not.
They used to be the Winnipeg Jets, and there's probably a reason why Winnipeg said, okay, you guys can go. It's because they suck. Wayne Gretzky tried to help that team, and they still suck.
They had a goalie last year, Brizgalov, but he's in Philly now. So
it's because they suck.
Yeah. So who knows about Phoenix? The Avalanche are going to be a harder game.
Yes.
They picked up Varlamov in the offseason, so they actually have a goalie this year.
Picked up Eric Johnson last year at the trade deadline. Somebody I was hoping Bowman would go out and get for the Hawks to add to our defense. It'll be fun to watch this game. You got some young guys. Duchesne, Stasny. You got scores in Colorado.
Yeah, you're going to have... Defense really needs to shore up for that game.
And part of, what I'm thinking, Q likes to screw around with the lines a little bit. Get Keith and Seabrook back together. They've had Keith with Letty and Seabrook switching off with Monador and Jalmerson. Maybe get them back together, see what that top line can do, especially at the end of a game when you know you need defense. You put them out there together. Seabrook hits, Keith cleans the puck out of the zone.
Seabs and Keith went through the playoffs 2 years ago to win the cup together.
Yep.
Put them back together.
Exactly. It makes sense. So, we look ahead, and I expect the same stuff. I expect Mayers to step up, try and womp on somebody. I expect Carcillo to play again.
A little more bite.
A little bit more bite than
people.
bark. Exactly. And, we should see Hossa back. Ben Smith has unfortunately been assigned to the Rockford. Hopefully he's just rehabbing, and we'll see him again soon.
Mm-hmm.
And then Frolik, Olish, Sahlberg, whichever you three is playing, please do something. Don't miss open nets. Hit somebody. Do something. I don't care what it is. Just something.
Be effective.
Exactly. Make me say, oh, he did something. And then you won't be on my cut list anymore. But, until you do that.
And don't make him say, oh, he's the reason they scored.
Yes. Yes. Do not pull a Campoli and turn it over in your own zone to let in the game-winning goal for the other team. Especially if it's in the playoffs, because you will be in my doghouse forever. Just like Chris Campoli.
Who is injured in Montreal. So
be it.
Anyways, that about wraps it up. You wanted to...
Yeah, on a somber note, we are both race fans, and I'm not sure if any of you...
For those of you who just watched SportsCenter, you probably have heard yesterday, or Sunday, that Dan Weldon, an IRL driver, was killed in a 15-car pileup in Las Vegas.
Yes. And our condolences go out to his family, the IRL family, and racing community in general. And we hope that they can pick everything up and continue on. And that about wraps it up for us.
So be sure to subscribe to our channel, and then you can go like us on Facebook at C&J Hawks Talk. And that about does it for us. So have a good one.
We'll see you guys next week.